You know that nagging feeling you sometimes get? That little bit of anxiety that maybe your sharpest days, they're behind you? It's this idea that once you hit a certain age, it's all just a slow slide downhill for your brain. It's a really common fear, right? But what if it's just plain wrong? I mean, for decades, pretty much all of us have been told the same thing. Your brain peaks somewhere in your early 30s. It's just one of those pieces of conventional wisdom that almost everybody accepts. But what if the actual data tells a completely different and honestly a much more hopeful story? Okay, so let's dive right into this. We're going to take a look at what new research is calling a widespread misunderstanding. Let's call it the 30-year peak myth. Now, you might think this is just a personal worry, but this idea, it has huge economic implications. The dominant theory for a long time has been that as a country's workforce gets older, that country is basically destined for lower productivity and less innovation. I mean, that's a pretty gloomy forecast when you think about it. And the entire foundation for that big economic fear rests on this one single belief, that our cognitive skills hit their high water mark early in our careers, and then, poof, they start a steady, unavoidable decline. But, as we're about to see, some new research is really challenging that old story. So, how exactly is this old idea being challenged? Well, the latest data isn't just tweaking the timeline a little bit, it is completely rewriting the rules of how we think about our brains and aging. And the contrast? Well, it's stark. The old myth says the decline starts in your early 30s. Game over. But the new reality? It suggests that, on average, our skills don't just hold steady. They can actually keep growing all the way into our mid-40s. That is a total game changer. But wait, that's just the average for everyone. The research uncovered something even more remarkable when they zeroed in on a specific group of people, folks who actively stay engaged with their skills. 65. This number right here is the real headline. The data shows that people who regularly use their reading and math skills show, get this, zero cognitive decline through at least age 65. Just let that sink in for a minute. No decline. It really shows that maybe age itself isn't the enemy we've all been taught to think it is. Okay, so this finding just completely flips the script, right? It forces us to ask a totally new question. If the year you were born isn't the thing that decides your cognitive health, then what is? The answer, as it turns out, is something the researchers are calling the usage factor. And it's a really simple concept with, honestly, profound implications for every single one of us. So what exactly is skill usage? Well, it's pretty much what it sounds like. It's just the act of regularly doing tasks that engage your brain. Think of it like a consistent workout for your mind, you know? It keeps all those connections strong and sharp, and that helps fight off that decline we all worry about. And the best part is, this doesn't mean you have to go back to school and get a PhD or something. Nope. We're talking about really routine, everyday tasks. Things like calculating costs for a project, or even just carefully reading and answering your emails, using a little bit of math at work. It's all about committing to lifelong learning, but through the small things you do every single day. And the difference this makes, it's absolutely staggering. The two paths could not be more different. With low skill usage, you see that conventional decline we talked about right after the early 30s. But with high skill usage, those cognitive skills hold steady. We're talking no decline observed through at least age 65. And here's the crucial part, maybe the most surprising thing of all. This isn't just about your formal education. The study found this holds true even for people with college degrees. So having a degree might give you a nice head start, sure, but it doesn't give you a lifetime pass. If you don't actively practice and use those skills, they can still fade. So this all leads us to a really powerful and, frankly, very empowering takeaway. It's something that can be summed up in one classic, unforgettable phrase. What all this research really shows is that we have so much more control over our cognitive destiny than we've been led to believe. Your daily habits, the choice you make every day to engage your mind, that has way more power over your long-term mental sharpness than your date of birth ever will. So, in the end, it all just boils down to this simple but profound truth. It's not about fighting the calendar. It's about engaging with the world around you. The real question to leave you with isn't how old are you getting, it's how are you choosing to use your brain today.